use
as our lye,
okay.
and methanol
Okay.
in our biodiesel and isopropyl in our titration.
So materials that we're putting in the mix here, what are we doing?
Lye.
Is an option.
KOH.
KOH is the other option. And that's actually what we're going to use. It's the jar that I have, KOH flakes, is behind Dr. Rink over there. Okay, so that's going to be our potassium hydroxide. So, what's the deal with that material that we're talking about? What makes it dangerous?
It's caustic.
Caustic. What's that mean?
In fact, the doctor
You basically have two ways to go beyond neutral pH, right? You can go towards the acidic side or the basic side. And either one of them is a problem, right? That's an extreme base. Right? So if we had a problem with that, we would definitely need to do something to neutralize that, if you will. We can neutralize that by putting an acid in with it, bring it back to a neutral pH, or a more common solution is dilution. So if you had a problem, you could dilute that until it's basically a really super dilute solution. Okay? We do have some gloves and some things that I like to use when we're working around that. The methanol, the longer gloves are used, and I actually have already loaded my calculation. We'll hope that your guys are close, or I did my math correctly. But I have loaded the KOH in the inductor. For you guys, what we're looking at right here in the processor is we have a mixing tank. This tank over here is the inductor tank, which we will put the, in this case, the potassium methoxide and methanol, or make the potassium methoxide. And in the back here is actually the waste vegetable oil storage tank with a heater element in the bottom. So when we get this thing cooking, I actually got it warmed up this morning. This is running right now about 135 degrees. We don't want to be over 140. Once we get beyond the 140, we get to the point where methanol will actually start to vaporize, and then we lose our methanol out of the solution. It goes into the air, and it doesn't do its job. So we don't want that too warm. I've got 18 gallons of waste vegetable oil that came over from, I think it came from Prentice, I do believe. So I don't think it's from Chandler.
It smells like Prentice.
So it smells like
I touched that oil.
contributed.
It's been well cooked, I can tell you that. So, if you guys don't know, Catherine Roberts and a couple of her students, and you also probably know Dr. Ring, but they came down. I've invited them down from the bioenergy class, biomass, biowaste. There you go. To show them what we're doing with our processor. So they made biodiesel last week. We'll get a chance to do it today. 18 gallons of vegetable oil. What's my mix? What do I need to put in here? We've got to put in some KOH, right? And we need to put in methanol. I think that's correct. How much? What's my ratio? You guys did your reading. It would have been a quiz question.
100 milliliters per 1 liter.
Yeah, we use liters this morning.
So let's do it in liters. How much?
200 milliliters, wasn't it?
Per liter of waste vegetable oil?
Yes. I forget what KOH.
KOH is 15.
I thought it was
15 grams.
I showed the lye this morning. That was 3.5 grams per liter. This one you might not remember. 9 grams per liter. Okay? That is for virgin oil. So if we have oil that has not been cooked, has not had any change, then this is the baseline for virgin soybean oil. Right? Why would it change? What happens when we cook in that oil? It's dirty. We're probably going to make that oil more acidic as I use it. All right, so that the materials that we use to make this into biodiesel this is my base material, and if I make something more acidic, what happens to the amount of this I have to add? I have to add more to get back to my neutral point, and that's where we're going to do our titration. So we will spend a little time working with a titration here. You guys did a titration last, okay. I need a volunteer.